Morning, everyone. I am in the middle of production on a new video, as you can see. I wanted to address some comments that I'd seen, nothing negative, that I'd seen floating around the Twitter channel and other things. People who were kind of excited about the prospect, which I'm not sure why, that I would do a reaction video to the Star Wars trailer that had come out. And we have never traditionally done reaction videos on Retroblasting. For one, unless you count marked toy news that strikes me weird, like, HasLab or whatever, unless you count that as a reaction, as far as trailer reactions, modern movie reviews, that kind of thing, rarely, if never, have we done that. I did do a reaction, it's not really even a reaction. I did a kind of discussion, really, one-sided discussion on the fan base turbulence around Solo, but that was because things were really coming to a boiling point, and I felt like I had some points to make to calm everything. Obviously, it didn't have an impact at all, and that's another reason that I don't do reaction videos, is that first of all, everybody's doing them. As many people are doing reaction videos as they are reviewing movies on YouTube. So it's not something where I feel like I need to step into that space very often. I did do the Age of Ultron for your reconsideration, but I felt like that's a sporadic series that might be fun because it's about me talking about a movie that I once didn't like when I first saw it, and why I've grown to like it, or it's a film that a lot of people don't like that I've always enjoyed. So that'll be something that has a little bit of a unique twist to it. The only time I would even consider doing movie reviews is if I had an interesting co-host to do that with, somebody who really brought a different perspective to the table. And then that would be interesting for people. But just hearing me talk about, my opinion on a movie, everybody has their opinions about movies, and even worse, everybody has their reaction to a trailer. There's a lot of emotion tied into movies. Yes, there's a lot of emotion tied into toys, but toys can be more objectively looked at. This is red, the plastic is brittle. If you pull his arm this way, it often breaks. And so while there might be disagreement over whether or not that makes the toy worth purchasing, which it should objectively, but people are weird, it's less of an empty gesture. It's more of an objective look at something. You can analyze a product line. You can analyze a marketing trend, and you can do that with films a little bit, but with films, people are just going to have their opinions, and a lot of people are prepared to react a certain way, even based on their audience. So, the comments that I was seeing from some people on Twitter had to do with, I can't wait to see Michael's rant about the Rise of Skywalker trailer. While that is probably a pretty good guess, I'm not going to say that would be wrong as far as my attitudes towards the way J.J. Abrams makes movies, and the way this Star Wars thing has been handled. It's not something I really want to jump into, because I feel like reaction videos on channels, whether they intend to or not, they're trying to guide their audience, if that makes any sense. It's not a conscious thing, but as a viewer, even I am prone to watching channels. I don't like reaction videos, even on channels I like very much, but I watch channels where even the reaction videos 90% of the time are probably, because of the personality of that host or content creator, it's probably going to line up with the way I feel about a certain genre, a certain series, a certain movie, whatever. And so I don't feel like reaction videos are bringing anything new into the space. I feel like they're just kind of they're almost like reinforcing what the audience wants to feel from that content creator in the moment. That's not inherently a bad thing, but when it comes to movies, it's just, I think it adds to the polarization of that. And it takes a very clever person to make a reaction video fresh and funny and interesting and different. And I haven't seen a lot of that. Reaction videos are like, unboxing a new product videos. They've become this thing that you just can't get away from on YouTube. And I just don't really want to contribute to that very much. Excuse me. Gosh, I've got some belching this morning. Sorry. That being said, I feel like all of you on Patreon might be interested in my take on trailers or movies. And if that is something that you're interested in, I'll consider doing that as a Patreon exclusive, if that's what you guys would like to see, because I can do that pretty quickly. I can do it off the cuff. It won't take long. But I don't want to do that for the broader YouTube channel. I'd rather just do that for you guys if that's something you're interested in, because I can do that in this format right now, and it not take up a big slot on the YouTube channel, mainly because someone's reaction to a movie is always going to be divisive, or a trailer. I already get attacked enough for being considered super negative, even when I'm not. So when it comes to trailers, and again, I know I'm all over the place, but it's that kind of morning. That's the other thing about trailers, is you're reacting to and forming an opinion about a movie that isn't out yet. And again, I believe that after you get to a part 3 on a series, you can start to do the math. You can work the equation more readily. But for example, doing a reaction trailer to The Force Awakens, I feel is very disingenuous for both positive and negative, because you don't know how that movie's actually going to play out as the beginning of a trilogy. And I firmly believe that is something that's very double standard in our space in fandom and overlooked, is that it's totally okay to speculate in the positive direction about a movie that isn't out yet, but it's not okay to speculate negatively about a movie that isn't out yet. And that is a massive double standard. So in my ideal world, trailer reaction videos wouldn't exist. They just wouldn't, because you're reacting to a commercial. We are now in a world where we have commercials for the commercials. We have teasers for the teasers, and then teasers for the trailers. And we anticipate the day a commercial drops. And that's kind of sickening, honestly. So I don't want to feed that beast. I don't want to do reaction videos, and I don't. I react to news from companies that are making tangible products that you can form a more contextual opinion on in the moment. So, if Hasbro's looking for this many backers and they've only got this many, but they're claiming they've funded it by this much of a percentage, I can do the math on that and say something's hinky. But as far as a movie trailer coming out, it's everybody wrapped up in their emotions, and people are going to feel the way they feel, and they're only going to end up hating the person if they disagree with their reaction. Everybody is welcome at Retroblasting. You're welcome to be here if you like the Star Wars movies that are coming out, and if you don't like the Star Wars movies that are coming out, just as much as you're welcome to be here if you're a Thundercats fan or you're not a Thundercats fan. This is not a anti-Thundercats community. It's just a community of retro enthusiasts. So again, just let me know what you think. I mean, if you guys would like to see, because I don't want to discount what the comments were saying. I mean, it seemed like there was some enthusiasm and hope that I would make a video talking about this trailer. If you would like that, I will make it a Patreon exclusive, and I will do it tomorrow morning. And I will try to do those going forward if that's something that you're interested in. If you're not interested in reaction videos as Patreon exclusives, then great. That won't hurt my feelings, and I won't do them. My instinct is to not do them. But just let me know. In the meantime, I'm working on a number of videos. I'm hoping to have 3 big ones done over the next 7 to 10 days with some smaller ones in between. But I'm going to get to work on this at the moment, and then I will get moving on a Halloween-themed video and the Doctor Who Part 2 figure video. I'm also going to be running out tomorrow and getting some materials for the R2-D2 Restoration Part 2. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, hope you guys are having a great week, and I'll talk to you later.